Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lethal Bacon. As you'll notice, we're in a bit of a different setup today. I actually was able to get some more recording equipment. I've got a mic that's better than just a headset. Hopefully you can hear the quality difference now. I've got an extra camera so that we can do some card stuff today. We're going to be doing some Magic the Gathering stuff. I've got a few decks that I want to finalize building. I've already put together piles that is just like a overall generalization of cards that I would want in said types of decks. I'm just going to be going through how I do my cutting system, figuring out like the best effective versions of said types of cards that I'm trying to put in the decks. But yeah, we're just going to shoot the shit, build some decks, just chill. It's like midnight right now, but I don't mind. It's Friday. It's really cool that I was able to get all this stuff set up, and I'm really happy about that. And then we're also, beforehand, just in case we pull anything that we might want to put in the decks, going to be cracking some Collector's Boosters Spider-Man, Collector's Boosters Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and an Innistrad double feature. So we'll just see what we get. If we get anything cool that would fit in any of these decks, we're going to run them up. But the first one we'll be working on today, Electro Assaulting Battery. Flying, you don't lose unspent red mana as steps end and phases end. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you add 1 red mana to your mana pool. It's kind of like Omnath but mono red, which is kind of cool. He's a 2/3 flyer for 3. And then whenever he leaves the battlefield, you can pay X mana. When you do, he shoots any player for that much damage. Another one I really want to do that we're working on today, Galanra, Caller of Wirewood. Whenever she's just a 1/2 for 3 that you can tap for green mana. Whenever you spend this mana to cast a converted mana cost 6 or greater spell, you draw a card. Brian Lynn, the Moon Kraken. He's a 6/8 for 8. Whenever he enters the battlefield and whenever you cast a spell with CMC 6 or greater, you return any target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So that partner, man, hold on, I need to get like a better angle. That's as best as I can get it right now. But yeah, so that partner, so a little cool duo, doing Simic for that. Just playing big butts and bouncing crap. Next is the final one, and that is Armix Rebic. So Armix, he's a cool 3/2 artifact creature golem type for 3 mana. Whenever he attacks, you can discard a card. Whenever you do, target creature that the defending player controls gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control plus the number of artifacts in your graveyard. So it's going to be aristocrats with artifacts. The other partner that is partnering with him is Rebic, Architect of Ascension. Human Advisor 3/4 for 4. Artifacts you control have protection from each CMC among artifacts you control. So if you have like a 2 mana, a 1 mana, a 3 mana, and a 4 mana artifact out, spells that cost 1 to 4 can't target any of your artifacts, which is pretty sick. So that's this duo, and that'll be fun. We're going to be cracking some packs. Now I think I'm going to do it in this exact order. Save the best for last, or at least the rarest pack I have for last. Maybe not even the most expensive, just I only have one, so... but let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty. Shocker, Unshakable. He's actually in the Electro set deck pile, so if the one I have there isn't foil, switching him in. Ooh, this is definitely, it's foil. Let's go. This is definitely going in it. Spider-Verse. Legend rule doesn't apply to spiders. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may copy it. If you do, you choose new targets for the copy. Cool. That's pretty cool. Strength of Will, but better art. Okay, so this is in the Simic set thing we're doing right now. So I'm gonna set that to the side. Silk Web Weaver. It's kind of cool. It's the art. Whoa. Okay. Fucking sick Beast Within. That's also going in the Simic deck. Origin of Spider-Man, create a 2/1 green spider. Oh, it's a saga? This looks cool. That's pretty sick. I don't think that's gonna be going in any decks, but definitely dope pull. And the art cards are always pretty cool. Okay, this is cool. I think this could go in the, yeah, it's a Spider-Man villain. I think he could go in the Electro deck. That'd be pretty cool. Lizard, Connor's Curse. That's pretty sick. This might go in Shocker. What? No. This might go in Electro, though. This would be pretty sick. Let's do it. Saw in Half. Destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of that creature, but they have half the power and toughness and half... yeah, okay, cool. Round up each time. This is definitely going in it. It's an aristocrats deck. We want to sacrifice things. If I can make extras, that's pretty sick too. Yeah, that's just amazing. Alrighty, those Spider-Man ones are pretty sick. Definitely going to build a Peter Parker Spider-Man deck at some point, and it's going to be more streamlined than the 5-color color vomit one that I had at one point. Land. Alrighty. Vanquish the Horde. This is a beautiful art. Might end up swapping out the one that's in there. Maybe. No, because the one that's in there is from the TMNT set, and I think it's cool too. That's pretty. That might have to go in the artifact deck, because I'm going to be sacrificing creatures, and if I want to bring them back to my hand, that's going to be beautiful. Dawn Heart Mentor looking pretty sick too. Smoldering Egg, cool art too. And lastly, we got a Sporeback Wolf. He looks pretty sick. So, we got some cool shit. Not too crazy pulls, but today, we building some other decks. So I'm going to set these back here. Alrighty, so for my commander decks, I always stick with just 40 lands for them all. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want to not hit a land drop. If I get extra ones, I have ways to discard them for some stuff. As you'll see, I have ways to just play them over time and have more mana, duh. But yeah, you can never have too many lands, and 40 is a good jumping staple mark for me, honestly. Sometimes I'll drop as low as 38, but I don't really ever go any lower than 38 anymore. We're gonna get started with Electro. These are the lands. Got a few utilities. Command Tower, Forgotten, Cave for Cycling, Evolving Wilds, Escape Tunnel. You know how it be. And if he still has power 2 or less, I can make him unblockable with Escape Tunnel, but it's a sacrifice thing, so I've got 40 lands. Things we want to do with this deck. Obviously, we want to be able to make extra mana each turn by casting instants and sorceries. Cheaper ones are better. We can store them off with a couple spells. So we're just kind of doing chill burn things. I'm going to kind of separate things into piles of like ramp, burn, payoffs, other things, classifications, so that I can get a better idea of what I'm working with. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see because, but the way I have things set up, my camera has to be kind of at this angle right now. One of these days, I'll probably figure out a better angle, but honestly, for right now, it works. It does its purpose. This is all kind of on theme stuff. So we've got, Shocker, obviously, Molten Man. These are both characters from Spider-Man. So Power Balance, I feel like, is very on theme for them. Someone casts something. If it's the same cost as what's on top of my library, I get to cast it too, you know what I mean? Leyline of Lightning, very on theme. It's Electro. And then Chandra's. These both can help me get more, red mana in my shit, and then I can also play stuff and get, card advantage off of it. Burn deck kind of has to have some Chandras, you know what I'm saying? Then we've got these equipments, not a lot. This is combat tricky related stuff. Bulk Up, just kind of cool. It's an instant for 2 mana, double power and toughness, or just power of a creature until end of turn, and I can flash it back later. These two let him be unblockable, kind of like that land, except I don't have to sacrifice them. And then we've got 2 equipment that bigger for each artifact you control, bigger for instants and sorceries in your graveyard, both of which we will be acquiring. So those are a definite keep, probably these 2. We might not stick with all of the stealing things. We might, we'll see. Tons of burn. We got that Blasphemous Act, Spider-Man, Vibin. You know what that does. 13 damage to all creatures. Tons of different ways to do burn. Some board wipes, some modal stuff. Heartless Hitotsugo is fun. Just half everybody's life until they're all within shooting range, you know what I mean? Yeah, blowing up artifacts. Honestly, might take this one out because of how much artifact love we need in this deck. Just a bunch of burn that kind of feels like Electro, you know what I mean? Then we've got just payoffs, things that kind of like what our deck is doing and just add a little bit of syrup on top of that sundae, you know what I'm saying? Possibility Storm, kind of bitching for this because yeah, I'll get to trigger one spell into another one, and so I'll get 2 mana off of each spell now, basically. One of them won't go off, but since I'm casting them both, one of them is happening, I cast it, get the red mana, I then get another one for free, cast it, get the red mana. Yeah. This guy, Angrath's Marauders, doubles the damage, makes everything less than 4/4, because that's his power. If I make him bigger with equipment, even bigger. Gutter Snipe shoots whenever you cast non-creature spells, or instants or sorceries, my bad. This guy shoots for the same thing, and then Gimli shoots for other people's things dying, which is what we'll be doing. We got some card advantage. Pumpkin Bombs, very thematic, definitely going in. Actually, I'm going to set that with the thematic side too. Endless Atlas makes sense because, you know, we're mono red. Wildfires gets cards back from, like, instants and sorceries back from the graveyard to cast again. Buff and draw a card. Discard, draw cards. Can either let me cast something off the top of my library or buff up my dude, give him first strike, and it's, you know, thematic. And then discard, draw cards. So we'll see about how many of these we keep. So these are definites, and these are definites for now. Then we got these maybes. Then we got these X spells. So this one shoots something for a lot, pretty sick. Shoots 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. That's actually like a lot of damage, so pretty bitchin'. If a source you would control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player while there are 4 or more card types among your graveyard, deals double that instead. We could probably get that off some, I feel like. And then if the Roller Crusher Ride enters, it deals X damage to each of up to X creatures. 3 mana plus X. Do a little board wipe. Double a little damage. Yeah, X damage to each of those creatures of 1 for each player. And then you make a mutagen for each one that dies, or that's dealt damage. And then Burn from Within is an X spell that lets me target a player and a creature. It's basically Fireball, except if it's a creature being dealt damage, that creature loses indestructible, and if it would die, it gets exiled. So it's just kind of a better Fireball. Those are going into the definite pile. And now we're on to the ramp. Probably have to cut a few more things out, honestly. So yeah, just stuff to get artifacts, stuff to get lands, stuff to make treasures, you know, more treasures. And then artifacts that tap for red so that I can float it, you know what I mean? Creature, an artifact that taps for red. Glittering stockpile, you know, we can get that extra red mana floating up there. This Soul Ring, I did extend the art of it a few years ago. Peep the Soul Ring. Willow. And then a Ruby Medallion, because why not? Alright, let's double check our counting, you know what I'm saying? 60. Let's go. We got an Electro deck all put together now. Sweet. We got the golden sleeve. Alright, I'll put that in there for now. Next up, Elandra, Color of Wirewood, and Brynlin. Big fucking spells. Make your shit go back to your hand. Get out of here. Once again, 40 lands, because I'm a degenerate. Alrighty. I'm gonna split these up into the categories and explain them again. Okay, we've got our subcategories picked out now. So first we're going to look at ramp. Now, because we have a primary source of ramp on 3 mana every game, we're going to be trying to get things that are 1 cost, 2 cost, and maybe a 4 cost. Probably just stick to the 1 cost and 2 cost. And honestly, let's limit ourselves to that. So, everything that's not 1 cost or 2 cost, I'm going to set down. I'm gonna probably keep. You know what? We don't need Soul Ring. We don't need Soul Ring in this deck. I believe it, and I have faith. Okay. So we're gonna be sticking with classic ramp spells, as well as classic little ramp boyos, as well as some that just like are better whenever we cast our big things too, which is pretty sick. 14 bits of ramp. Honestly, we could probably cut that down to 12, so I'm going to take out Gubu Gardener and Arcane Signet, because we don't need artifacts for real. Okay, we got 8 protection spells, because we really don't want Brynlin gone. If Brynlin gets gone, we can't do all this crazy stuff. So we got 20 spells to deal with this stuff. Low-key, let's take the ramp down by 2 more cards. Honestly, I don't think we need Ice Till Explorer. 5 removal spells that kind of fuck you with them. Of course. Each creature we control, pretty bitching. Also bitching, don't really need, and don't need. Okay, card draws built in, but we've got these 4 specific card draws. Bitching, okay. Big guy card draw. Look at everything. Cheap card draw. Okay, we're whittling it down, and we have a pile to the side if I come up short, you know? Goofy. Board wipe. River's Rebuke. Goofy win. Give our shit trample. Most of it already has trample. Being able to discover is great, and not letting you attack me because you ain't got, or because you got flying or whatever. See what we're at. 1, 2, 3, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Holy shit, we did it perfectly. First try. Let's go. We cut it down to it. Let's double check the total count. Bet. Alrighty. We now have... Ooh, let's focus better. Galandra, Rhineland, Ramp, Simic, Big Threats, Bounce, Control. That's what we're calling it. Alrighty, on to the final piece. This is gonna be the hardest one to whittle down. I can already tell. I might need to take a second and take a break and stand up and walk around a bit. I will be right back. Last bit. Alrighty, so we're dealing with one to have between 1 to 4 artifacts CMC, because, well, 1 to 3 and then 4s. Maybe some 5s, probably not. Let's stick to 4s and under, because he gets protection from her already. The 3 cost. We're gonna set these lands aside. Once again, 40, because we like consistency. Now we've got the current final task at hand. It is 1:30 a.m. I am full force ready and so down with the sauce right now. First, let's look at ramp. Talisman of Hierarchy, yes. The medallions, yes. So we got it down to like Unwinding Clock type E, Command Sphere, Mind Stone, Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, you know what I'm saying. Orzhov Signet, Lotus Petal, make things cheaper, make things cheaper, make things cheaper. Make things cheaper, make things cheaper. And then Orzhov Talisman. So that is 1, 2, 3, 13. Very important because I don't have a lot of ramp in this. We need some sacrifice outlets. Obviously, artifact sacrifice outlets are the best, and ones that let you do them on command. Man, this is gonna be difficult. I can already tell I'm gonna have to do a second run of cuts. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna have to cut like at least 30 more cards, probably more. Fuck. Man, this is tough. Okay, because we still have... I still need to make 20 more cuts, dude. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, I don't know if I made enough cuts yet. I'll find out. I think I did. You got 3 cards. Here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna lay out the artifacts in terms of their mana costs, and we're gonna figure out which ones we don't need as many of. Okay, I think I made 3 cuts. Yes! Yes! It is complete! We've done it, boys. Whoever's watching. We did it. Skitty. Now we got them ready to go as well. And I will be sleeving up these decks on the side later. But I hope you guys enjoyed different kind of video format that I just kind of try. And I was kind of toying with an idea of just doing how I like to build decks as a video, and really wanted to build one of them. Tried deciding, couldn't decide, decided let's just do all 3. But I hope you guys enjoyed the content here today. If you want to see more, let me know. I've got like 9 more commander decks, or like 7 more commander decks or something like that. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I could do just like deck breakdowns or something. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for sticking around. If you watched this far, leave a comment about anything you want to see. But I'll see you guys later, and hope you have a good weekend. Deuces.